everybody. This is Anna and Brian from Amata World podcast, and today we have our next guest for XR episode, Artyom, who is augmented reality and special computing engineer. Hi, Artyom. How are you?
Hello, hello, Brian. Hope you're doing well. So, yeah, that's me. hmm
I mean, just like maybe you can give a quick introduction to yourself and your background.
Yes, for sure. Initially I am an iOS developer of the 10 years experience, but from the 2018, I working fully on augmented reality state of the native iOS and couple of years, almost 3 years. I working also for the Vision Pro 2. Yes, that's called a spatial computing engineer. So I started in iOS. I wrote the client server side applications, and after when Apple introduced the iPad Pro in 2018, I fully switched my state of development to augmented reality side, and I think that's all.
Thanks. Can you tell us a little bit more about sort of your first experience using these tools, like in XR, and what made you decide to, I want to develop my career in this path in the future rather than sticking to just iOS?
So my first project of the augmented reality test was the drawing application for the older guys who have the problems with mental health, and that was the drawing app with the separate of technology with two technologies. This was the CoreML side and augmented reality. You should to drawing something, and after when you finish it, you will see the augmented reality mascot, and he share for you results of it. Yes, if you done it or how many process of drawing you created, and after I start consulting companies and fully working on RealityKit framework. That's at the moment there's the 3D framework, but before the Apple talking about it, there's the augmented reality framework. But now, last couple of years, Apple fully switched. Instead the deprecated SceneKit that was before the RealityKit. Yes, and I work for it only. Mm-hmm.
And maybe can we talk about like the more recent ones, and as well, do you have any kind of dream projects that you wanted to do but didn't have a chance yet?
If true, yes, I have some collaboration with Apple, and that was my dream project. But I can talk too much. Cannot talk too much because I have the indie. If we're talking about it after 5 years, for sure, I will. Yeah, I can say you more. But yes, this was my dream project. In short, for Apple, I wrote the shaders. Because after I switched RealityKit, also I started to learn OpenGL SL. That's the shading language, and metal shading language, because 6 years ago was not too much information about how to integrate it. Yes, I started from the OpenGL and created the vertex shaders and fragment shaders. Yes, and now more than 50% of my job, that's the creating post-processing, render sites, and creating the vertex and fragment shaders. And finally, a couple of years ago, Apple introduced the low-level mesh and low-level textures. That's the more simply, I think there's a more simply way for integrate your GPU side into your application. And yes, so I already have the dream project. So if true, that's augmented reality is my passion, and yes, my direct of the LinkedIn have a lot of guys who wanna help from me. I think yes, and now I have the choice what I want to do and etc. I think. Yes, I don't imagine so now. So my general task, that's the so I think that my general the target that's the create a more quality experience, because that's the for sure we call the this is augmented reality and etc. But when you see the quality of augmented reality at the moment in on other platforms as did you remember was the Instagram masks, and it's not to large quality, I think. And now I try to create like almost the VFX experience into real time. This is my dream, in short.
Nice. So, I wonder if you can also like, is there any project you can talk about that's not under NDA, or any kind of like your own personal projects that you have built that you're kind of proud of, and you're happy to sort of share your experience and what you've done differently with the I guess what when you're building these special effects.
So about my own projects, for if true, I started created my own projects a lot of times, but I cannot finish it never because I'm more
Is that all too ambitious?
team gamer. Yes, because for me that's more simply so because if I'm in a company. Yes, I can more imagine, I can more introduce because yes, a lot of time now I spend for consultation of the companies who want to integrate augmented reality, because so sometimes so I'm not too much the Unity hater, but sometimes people so like business want to a bit economy of developers, and usually so oh okay I wanna create the augmented reality app. Okay, I will take the Unity developer, and this will be working on a Unity and or on Android, on iOS, on Vision OS. But it's after this is present a lot of troubles of if your startup more grow after this more so yes, like example, you can create the great prototype of in Unity, but you cannot create the created platform only in Unity. And yes, and that depends because that's Unity have the so like his own virtual machine, and you cannot to provide the great experience um, for preview, I think, or yes, yes, this is reason why. Sorry.
And I don't know, it's like kind of related to that as well. So, because you mentioned sort of crafting these experiences directly on iOS, because I think one of the benefits of using Unity is being able to use it cross-platform, so you can also
Yes.
use the same application on Android.
Mhm.
Um, are you saying that like when you I guess consult with these your clients, do they also have to build a separate Android version, or you prefer, or are you saying that they should focus more on iOS because that is the platform that has better
Mm,
support
mhm,
for?
mhm. So no, now so on my general job, that's my main project. Yes, we create. augmented reality platform for the real estate into B2B sector. So sometimes in the supermarkets and real estate offices, you see the like the tables of the physical maquettes of houses or buildings and etc. Yes, now we try to switch market for the into augmented reality. You can be at your home and walk through of your future apartment and see the buildings and etc. And also for the Vision OS. So last year I worked with the Scenery platform. Maybe did you heard about it? That's the platform. Instead, the Apple has been deprecated Reality Composer for the Mac OS, and Scenery is the super changer of this platform. And now for the Vision OS side, I'm more writing my own demos. You can see it into my LinkedIn, and yes, I try to. So in short, also I waiting when Apple will approve the post processing for the Vision OS, but I think that's they cannot to implement it because that will be problem with accessibilities and etc. And yes, because I'm more render guy and post processing guy at the moment.
And
Yes.
maybe we can touch on AI because it's the subject that we're just like we can't basically
Yes.
skip.
So
So how are you using it? And yeah.
So about AI, so I can talk about it only by side of the coding, and unfortunately, or maybe that's a surprise for me, and this is reason why why I still have a job and a great salary. So because at the moment, ChatGPT, Grok, Cloudy, and etc. Cannot write great code for me of the augmented reality because not too much information of it. And if you iOS and Vision OS developer, so you go to Apple documentation and you have the ask about, so you have the ask about, oh, how I can implement this feature. You go to the Apple developer platform and see documentation, and that's the almost the same struct. And you should did you remember iPod? And yes, that will be intuitive, right? That was intuitive, and that's the same be iOS developer. So you should, yes, and this is reason why AI cannot create great code for me, and they don't know. So it don't know how to implement the shaders, and this is cannot create for me without. Without linear algebra and etc. So I don't know why I don't use AI. Or I'm still don't
So
use AI. I use it only for prepare the documents because now I live in Thailand. Yes, sometimes I can use the smart camera because for translating and etc. But yes, 70% of my coding life, yes, I write code by myself still.
So it's basically like if you're worried and you're a developer, you're just like it's better to move to like augmented reality, mixed reality type of things because it's not as easily implemented and AI
Yeah.
will not take over jobs
So,
that easily.
yeah, but because now for sure. So, unfortunately, I cannot. When you test the augmented reality, you should to see it in of your eyes, and ChatGPT cannot too much help me. Only he say me about provide the print and implement some logs, and okay, we will try to resolve your problem. But so last week when I used the Instagram, I swiped the reels, and last week I thinking about, oh, this is Sora 2 or nope, this is Sora 2. That's my own quiz. But yes, in work I don't know. So but it just only by my side. I have a lot of friends who using that every day. So my backend developer so use it every day, but I still not too much. Unfortunately, yes, I know there's the AI, so now there's the AI hype, but sometimes, yes, I can say for ChatGPT, oh no, brother, you text me shit again, and he's answering me, oh bro, so sorry, let's try to resolve it. Yes, and yes, I spent, so when I tried to um, mm, create the vibe coding right there. So I spent more time than see the Stack Overflow only into augmented reality side. But client server side, I think that's they already create the UI interface. Yeah, so some interface problems. Yes, I think that's the great tool for coders. But unfortunately, I have the so a bit different sides. And yes, it's difficult, right? Only native for the native platform for iOS on a Swift on RealityKit metal shading language, because yes, sometimes Apple don't provide the demos how to use it, and yes, you should to mm, thinking about it by yourself. Sorry, sorry about AI
No,
answer.
I
Yes,
think that's a good
I'm not
answer.
AI hater, but it's not tool
Yeah,
for me at the moment, unfortunately. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure because I think it's it doesn't fit all the problems right now. But
Mm-hmm.
one of the things you mentioned is sort of vibe coding. It lets people create new apps, like not XR apps, but just apps in
Mm-hmm.
general, websites, servers, and
Mm-hmm.
anything like that very quickly. Do you think someday we'll be able to vibe code um, XR applications as well? You think
Or
we'll
like
ever get to that?
VFX,
Or
like CGI
yeah,
type of
VFX.
thing on top of the
Mm-hmm.
platform.
For
Mm-hmm.
example, if you're on, say, a Snapchat or something, you want to have a flaming effect on your hair, for example. Would you, do you think that's going to be possible one day? Just like talking to the app and it'll
So
happen.
for the create the task lists for me or separate my pipeline side by side. I think that's yes, that's the this works fine. I think. But yes, I don't have the task. So when I one day should to create the website, and second day I write in shaders, etc. Because I'm fully on tunnel vision of the shaders, RealityKit, and etc. Yeah.
And so, for example, if someone is trying to get into augmented reality, mixed reality, that sort of thing, and or become a developer of those like type of experiences, do you have any advice for them?
Mm,
Maybe just like
it-
how to start, like what was helpful for you, what was like
ah,
not really
yes.
helpful for you. So yeah.
Yes, guys. So I have my Notion. On a Notion, I already uh, text, a lot of information how to work with USDZ. There's the extension for the 3D files for working with the RealityKit, and for sure. So a couple days ago, one guy asked me about how to introduce or how to start in augmented reality. For sure, you should know matrices, school math, and yes, and a couple of books like the Metal by tutorials and RealityKit examples from the GitHub. And yes, that's for start. That's the nice for start, I think. Yes, because sometimes and also yes, because I also team lead for the 3D designers. Yes, and usually 3D designers like working with Blender tool, but for RealityKit, Maya, I think that's the best. That's the best tool for working with the USDZ and USD, because so that's the format of file created by Pixar company, and that was in time. That was times when the Steve Jobs was the CEO of the Pixar and Apple, and yes, and also Maya created his renderman and etc. And yes, so but last year, as I know, Apple gave a lot of money for the Blender, and on the last WWDC I saw the demos from the Blender. But yes, when you try to switch from the native iOS to RealityKit iOS and Vision Pro Engineer and Spatial Computing Engineer, you should to know how it works with 3D. Yes, and a lot of people, yes, because yesterday he recolored the buttons, and today he introduced RealityKit side, and so that's another positions, and you should to know how it works with anchors, anchor points, point clouds, and etc. It's difficult for one day for sure, and so I think you should to go to XR or augmented reality for sure, step by step. So start from the matrices, start to understanding 3D. And after, yes, you can see some code examples from the Apple side, and yes, try to find something on GitHub and etc. I think. Yeah.
Nice. And do you think right now is it easy for sort of like so I think you talked about a lot of development resources for developers who is trying to get into the field. What about no-code tools for sort of non-developers, people who are just like, I don't know, they're doing other disciplines like marketing or something else, and they want to try experimenting with XR tools? What is the state of that today?
You can install a scenery platform and create your augmented reality. It's not the yes, it's not the AD, but yes, you should to install the scenery platform. Yes, I work there, and you can create augmented reality experience without coding. You can implement shaders, and that will be beautiful effects. Yes, I recommend it only. Yes, because I work there, and yes, I like the Mark. That was my CEO, and Arthur. Yes, yes. Try to not install the Adobe Aero, so only scenery. Okay, that's sorry.
No, that's
And
fair. Is it just on iOS?
Yes, this work on macOS, iPadOS, and VisionOS, and for all platforms. So, of all Apple platforms for sure.
Awesome.
Yes, and but my side, so I never use so I used the only Adobe Aero. This was 3 years ago, I think, and tried to put something to the anchor, and yes, so because I can write something like the Adobe Aero, but I not use it.
And do you have any hopes and predictions for the future of like augmented reality, mixed reality, and your own projects?
So my target log that's the create the more quality, and yes, more quality effects. I think that so I heard something on LinkedIn. So sometimes someone mm, talking about so Apple Vision Pro 2 comes soon, and that will be with the M5 chip. And if it will be represent with M5 chip, that will be extra boost for the quality, because yes, I wrote the demo of the particles, custom particles, and a maximum size of particles. What I did, that was around 9,000, and if Apple introduced the M5 chip, so for sure I can create the all particle. So I create the room of particles for sure. So, and that will be craziest effect, because sometimes now when I writing something on a Vision Pro, so my head almost burning if I create some failures into yes, and over CPU working, yes. That's really yes problems with the heart of the device. So I think that's the future. So I don't know. I don't want to see so chip into my brain and see the AD so in my brain for and then watching YouTube. So I think that's the future of the augmented reality and XR. That's the so that's like the movie 2.0 because yes, did you remember was the 3D movies, and now you can be on a special
I
and I think there's the a bit so more there's the new step of the see the content and etc. I think that's yes, because yeah, I don't want to talk about how to save ecology and etc, because so sometimes people talking about, oh, okay, we should to save ecology, but we use the chat gpt and yes, we change the climate situation in the world and etc. So yeah, I think that's the future. That's the by my side. Um, I will try to create more quality and of experiences into this one. Yes, we will see it, because so 5 years ago we didn't know about. So when we'll be 2025, we will see the Sora 2. We will see the ChatGPT, Grok, and ATC. Yes, because so now there's the fast fashion, fast changes in the world. Because I don't know what will be, but as I said before, augmented reality is my passion, and I work in and I will be working with it more and more, because yes, I love it. That's just by my side. Sorry.
Cool. And I think that's probably a good place to end the podcast. But I'd like to leave maybe the last minute or so for yourself, just to leave any last words or if people are interested in sort of your work and want to get in touch to ask any questions or anything,
For
where
sure.
can they find you? Like, are you on LinkedIn, X, or
LinkedIn, I think that LinkedIn is fine. So I have the linter, and I can send the linter.
Okay, perfect. We'll be
Yeah.
sure to include that.
Yes,
in
I'm
the notes.
usually in touch on a LinkedIn.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for doing this episode with us,
Thank-
and
Thank
hopefully
you.
it will create more connections, and hopefully it will be helpful for someone who wants to get into augmented reality.
Super. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you very much, and thank you to all listeners who stayed up till this far. So have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
You too. Bye bye. See you.